2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it. Hey, Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. Now, here's George. Here's the 3. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. And the Bucks with possession. Giannis kicks to Middleton. Pulls up on the elbow. That one off the back iron and out. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. Leonard the pass to Morris. Back to Leonard. Well, great fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
And that one drops.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has grown to be very effective.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Stolen by Beverly. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. The 3 from George. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Lopez with the ball. George picks him up. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
You know, he attracts a lot of attention, and Lopez making the most of it there to set his teammate up with an open look.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Here's Holiday. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Hey, I've always said rebounding is timing and tenacity, but if you got long arms, that helps too, and the Greek Freak has plenty of reach.
Now here's Beverly. Kicks it to Leonard. Back to Beverly. 5 to shoot, and it's sent back by Lopez.
Great timing on Lopez's part there to squat down that attempt.
Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Giannis outside. And no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Here's Beverly, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Middleton, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Middleton so highly productive and consistent. A steady contributor night in and night out.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Now here's Rondo. High post, Zubac. Shoots over Portis. Milwaukee, another fast break opportunity here. Connaughton kicks to Portis. It's hauled in by Zubac.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Outside for Jackson. Offline with his 3. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Connaughton. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Excellent transition passing there, guys. Straight to the hoop.
Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Passes it to Kennard. Lets it go with the 3. The shot off that time. Bucks leading by 3. Here is Forbes. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Rondo with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Batum leading the charge. It's good.
And, you know, Batum with that Greyhound build and stride covering ground in a hurry.
There's 47 seconds left here in the first quarter. Tucker, the pass to Connaughton. Left side, Portis. Clock at 6. Here's Forbes. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Rondo. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. They trail by 1. And Batum kicks to Rondo. With the floater. Outside for Batum. Tries again. Forbes with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And even though, you know,
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Bucks on top. They lead by 3. And back with the start of the second.
You know, I think the underdog story, started with.
And Greg, playing with the chip on his shoulder, has served Portis well.
some guys try to block out the haters. Portis uses it as fuel to keep achieving more.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Luke Kennard out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Man in at the three, the small forward. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Portis with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Pass to Tucker. Inside. Stolen by Zubac. The drive by Jackson. So they take the lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Clippers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Clippers in the lead. Now here's Beverly. And Leonard has it in the corner. On the three off target. And so it's Milwaukee with it. And Drew Holiday, the bucket on the assist by Giannis. Holiday's got his first bucket of the night.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And here's Beverly. Shot clock at 6. Sweet move. Here's George. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Pass to Nora. Back to Holiday. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. Missed inside. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
You know, I really enjoy watching Cousins go to work deep inside. I mean, it feels like, to me, nobody can guard him down there.
The pass to Nora. Now here's Lopez. With his first shot attempt, Cousins pulls it in. LA has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Leonard, the pass to Rondo. Outside, George launches a three. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Nora. Trains the three-pointer. Nora's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. Pat Connaughton comes in for Drew Holiday. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the half. DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Leonard. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Clippers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Shots good by Kennard.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Now DiVincenzo. Here's Connaughton. Back to DiVincenzo. No good on the last second attempt there. And that's it for the first. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves in. And that.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And Milwaukee has possession. It's a 1-point game. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. Back to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Basket good. Holiday's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bucks.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
Outside, George. To the paint. Here's Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Chris Middleton.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
The first one falls. Leonard hits them both.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 1. Middleton outside. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. 18 that time from Leonard. Here's Beverly. He dishes it to Morris. He kicks to Cousins. DiVincenzo against George. And good that time. George has got his second basket of the game.
And George typically capitalizes well off any pick and roll situation because he makes quick decisions and his basketball IQ is pretty high.
Here's Holiday. Steps back and trains the jump shot. Holiday's got 8.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's George. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And Lopez throws it down.
Hey, and you know, really, Antetokounmpo could look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
Beverly against Holiday. Here's George, and George with the stop. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
The Bucks trail. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Beverly against DiVincenzo. No good there.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And it's Leonard missing. Bucks have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. DiVincenzo finds Holiday. Now Lopez. Bucks passing it around. Middleton against Leonard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's George. Morris can't hit that one. And Milwaukee the other way now. There's a minute 34 left here in the third quarter. To the middle and stolen by Cousins. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. From deep, George. But he stays with it. Out to Morris on the wing, George. Moves back up. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And it's the Bucks on the break. Back to Antetokounmpo. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
Here's George, and it's Paul George with the finish.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Here's Giannis, and they pick up 2. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. Outside Leonard. Morris inside. Antetokounmpo defending. Cousins lays it up off the glass. Cousins has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
What a game. This league just keeps going back and forth.
Extremely competitive, partner, no question about it. Good stuff here.
Antetokounmpo inside. Misses from close range. Up in time. That shot missing. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Clippers on top. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Rajon Rondo is out there with Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's man in the power forward. Outside Teague. Here's Portis. That one misses. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Jackson. Ball stolen. Here's Tucker. Lays it up and banks it in.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
Rondo looking over the floor. It's stolen by T. Tucker the pass to Mora. And it's blocked.
A capable defensive player. That wingspan of Batum's really an asset in blocking shots.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Teague the pass to Connaughton. And here is Portis. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Here's Lopez on the dunk by Lopez.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
George with the ball. And it's blocked. And it's Cousins with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Bucks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Outside Holiday. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. The shot's good from Lopez.
Boy, those are the kinds of plays that Lopez is known for. Huge basket there.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Zubac the pass to George. Rebounded by the Bucks. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Clippers call time here.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight, that they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. But this game's still up for grabs. He told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and stay together, and we'll get it done. We'll see how it plays out, Kevin.
On the wing, George. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
And Holiday kicks to Giannis. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Giannis.
Well, I tell you, the future of the Greek Freak is extremely bright. I mean, he really has shown the ability to deliver in important spots of game.
Here's Beverly. It's good.
And despite being a little guy, Beverly knows how to step up big. Terrific at delivering when his team needs an important basket.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Money!
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
George, that's a two-pointer. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
Beverly against Holiday. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when you're talking about a game down the stretch.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard against Middleton. Kicks it out to Leonard. No good off the back of the rim. Cousins against DiVincenzo. Outside Holiday. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. is of Santa Monica and Venice, not too far from our setting today, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Reading DH.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. So the Nets starting 5. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris. And at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. Here's George. Morris outside. Beverly the pass to George. 6 on the shot clock. They grab their own miss, and Leonard stays with it.
Kawhi, a double-digit rebounder in college. Scouts knew that would be a transferable skill of his.
Harden with it. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, get with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles. In some ways, that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
A nice shot by George.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Harden outside. Inside. Jordan. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And here comes the break. Lets a floater go. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Cousins.
One of the best passes at the center position. Just another way Cousins affects scoring.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Leonard against Harden. Here's Jordan. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And DeAndre has really beefed up his body over the years, remaining ready for whatever the defense throws his way.
Beverly looking around. Leonard on the wing. Cousins trying to free himself up. Leonard with the bucket.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Harden outside. Cousins pulls it in.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
And he comes up with the deuce.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here is Harden. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. It's Harden with the power on that throwdown.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Beverly finds George. This one for 3. Out to Morris. Irving against George. Lets it go from deep. And then Cousins with the dunk.
You see the feel from DeMarcus Cousins, tracking down the miss, then making good on the second chance opportunity.
Now here's Harden. Here's Jordan. The Clippers grab the miss. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. George with no one around. George missing again. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 9-point game. Jordan uses the glass to finish the layup. Jordan's got his 2nd basket of the night.
This is what DeAndre gives you. An enforcer inside who's developed more moves offensively.
Leonard against Harris. And that one's good. Leonard's got 8.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
58 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Beverly against Irving. Harden right side. Makes it off the glass.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Stolen by Harden. Irving passes to Durant. Puts it up from 12. Now the pass to Harden. Fires for three. Drills the three-pointer. Harden's got his third bucket of the night.
And without a doubt, one of the most advanced scorers this game has ever seen. Harden can do damage from just about anywhere.
Stolen by Harden. And now Durant running the floor, galloping all by himself.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Cousins finds Beverly. Leonard with the ball. And again, no good by the Clippers. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 2. And back in a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Green. Irving is out there with Brown. And it's Durant. And it's Griffin in at center.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
Pass to Zubac. Now Kennard. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Jackson passes to Zubac. Outside Jackson. Knocks it loose. Irving with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Here's Rondo. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Sinks the triple. Irving's got his second bucket tonight.
You just love how reliable he is night in and night out. His offense is there.
Pass to Kennard. He kicks it to Batum. Here's Kennard. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 6 to shoot. Batum finds Jackson. The Clippers need to get off a shot. That's a 2 from Kennard. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
And then Durant with the jam.
I mean, running the court with the speed of a guard. Hard to keep up with Durant once he gets out in the open floor.
Pass to Zubac. Jackson deciding where to go with it. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. I mean, not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Rondo can't get it to go. Brooklyn with the ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in, and a change for the Nets. Claxton's checked in. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Here's Cousins and the call on the and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
One of the more controversial players in the game. What's amazing through all the scrutiny is the consistency of Cousins' production.
Beverly against Harden. Feeds to Jordan. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 8. 1:05 left to play in the first half. Here's Mann. Connects on the 9-footer. Mann's got his first points in this one.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Harden outside. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
George finds Beverly. Back to George. A 3-ball. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
Shooting much better this quarter than last. You can see his confidence growing.
Harden against Beverly. Over in the corner, Brown. And the rejection by Cousins.
Great anticipation by DeMarcus. His instincts are excellent pretty much in every phase of the game.
Shot clock at 6. Harden dishes to Harris. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists tonight. 11 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Luxury to have such a good passer at the 5 spot. Cousins' assist totals have risen impressively over time.
Shoots over Leonard. And so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 8.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for...
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. Well, we know he's a magician on the court. Kenny, has there ever been anyone better? And that does it for our half.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Marcus Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And you remember there were questions about KD's athleticism going into the 2007 draft. None now. He can throw it down with the best of them.
Shoots from 14. Morris, no good. Nets leading by 10. Harris passes to Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
That's what DeAndre is out there to do. Dropping the hammer is his specialty.
And the pass to Beverly. George looking over the floor. Brooklyn with the rebound.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Nobody near Irving. And the Nets, another three.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
Outside, George passes it to Leonard. Clock at 6. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And then for Brooklyn, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Green in for Harris. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Harden. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 13. Jackson down low. He's covered by Irving. Here's Zubats, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind and the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden.
One more for the highlight reel. KD with the skyscraper.
Outside Jackson. Up top Leonard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
Jackson against Irving. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Now the feed to Leonard. And he gets the bucket. Leonard's got 14 points.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
And it has them in a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Left side, Leonard. The tray. Jackson passes to Batum. Brown outside. And here's KD for three. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Talented, opportunistic. When Leonard gets hot, it can last for long stretches.
Durant for three. Green. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Durant way outside. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And a great show through three quarters as we enter. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got DeAndre Jordan. Joe Harris is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant, and it's Claxton in at the power forward position. Nets leading by 7. Fires at the elbow. And KD the bucket on the assist by Harris. Harris has got 3 assists tonight. The Clippers shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Now Beverly, outside, George, from deep three-point range. It's hauled in by Claxton. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Claxton the pass to Irving. Fourth quarter just getting started, 1 minute in the books. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 9 points. Back to Leonard. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Irving against Beverly. Now, here is Irving. Defense right on him. The Nets working the ball around now. Back to Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist in this one.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Here's Leonard. The rebound by the Nets. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game.
And there it is on a night when he's been so efficient handling the basketball. That's his first real mistake.
And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Griffin comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Harden in for Durant. Rondo's shot is good.
You got to respect the attacking mindset of Rondo. Always looking to go right to the cup.
Leonard against Harden. In the corner, it's Harris.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
Leonard attacking. George, that's a 2-pointer. No good on the shot. The Nets go the other way with it. And the officials call a traveling violation. Jeff Green is checked in for Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 7. Rondo scanning the floor. And the layup falls. Rondo's got 4 points this quarter.
What a display from Rondo. Just coming alive when his team needs a bucket.
Here's Harden. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll... And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and Involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Jordan sends it back.
Impeccable timing on the rejection. Jordan takes pride in his defensive capabilities.
And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Rondo. A putback. Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Harden against Leonard. Harden, no good. Clippers trail by 3. Leonard attacking, and that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14.
Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
And 1:01 left in the fourth. Harden the pass to Green. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Cousins with the ball.
The defense on George a little too tight there, but to have any chance against him, you have to challenge him.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
And you really can't say enough about his composure in the big moments, as cool as they come.
Beverly against Irving. Harden outside. Leonard with the steal. Stolen by Harden. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. Outside Jordan. For 3, Harris. It's good from beyond the arc.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Over in the corner, Beverly. Cousins finds George. There's the 3. The 3 won't fall. Pass to Beverly. And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 2. Just 2 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, James Harden.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it. There it is, the Staples Center in line. And with tip,
Kevin, thanks.
he stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 roaming the paint. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Leonard in at the small forward.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Morris finds Leonard. George against McCollum.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
And Cousins throws it down.
Well, some agility shown by DeMarcus Cousins. Even at that size, can still get on up.
Lillard outside. No good from outside. Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's George, and Covington sends it back.
So far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
Nurkic can't hit.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's George. Up and in. It's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
He does a lot of work on the perimeter, but don't let Paul George fool you. He can finish inside.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Lillard, and it's good off the back rim and in. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now, here is Morris. The shot misses. Good D by Covington. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. So, for the Clippers, Batum comes in for Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Cantor checked in for Portland. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Travis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. And that one's good, Anthony.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at it.
For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Portland also making some changes. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Powell. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Now, here's Lillard. 7 points in the game. Pass to Cantor. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses. for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Good on. An easy 2 points on the layup.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lillard dishes to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Launches it. Kennard with the rebound.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
Here is Lillard. From deep. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers lead by 3. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's man in at the 3 slot. And the shot goes in.
Check out the vision from Jackson. He doesn't have to make the flashy play, just wants to make the right play.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Here's Cantor. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss. And he's very smart about spotting up in transition, and no one rotated over to contest that one.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Up again. It's good on the putback.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Stolen by Jackson. Pushing it up. The shot's good from Kennard.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Here's Simons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Stolen by Jackson. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And guys, you'd have to say this run really triggered by their transition offense.
Here's Simons. He dishes it to Carmelo. Lays it up off the glass. Anthony's got his second bucket.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Kennard against Jones. Shot clock at 5. Kennard's shot is off. Portland trailing here. Batum with the steal. Zubac's in the post. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Well, for a guy who used to be more proficient in the half-court game, Lillard showing that nowadays he's just as dominant in transition.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. On the wing, Morris. Here's Cousins outside for Rondo. Shot clock at 6. Outside Leonard. High arcing shot. That one goes. Count it. And the Clippers lead by 1.
I mean, where is this stuff coming from Kawhi Leonard? What can't he do that time with the floater?
Lillard attacking. Back to Nurkic. Lays it up and banks it in. Nurkic has got his first basket of the night.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Leonard against Powell. Now Leonard. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Robert Covington picks one up.
So smooth. The little pump fake, get the defender in the air. As if Leonard wasn't hard enough to cover, he's adding that to his game. Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And now, thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were in a 7-point hole at one stage. Thanks for joining.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5.
Nurkic, another talented player from Europe, playing in Croatia before coming over to the NBA, and the international game continues to make an impact on how it's played here.
George looking over the floor. Now the dish to Cousins. Outside for George. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Portland leading.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Tries it from 9. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 5th rebound in this one. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's going to nail me. And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Lillard looking around. Covington passes to Lillard. Back to Covington. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. A 2-point game. Pass to Leonard. Lillard against George. Cousins trying to free himself up. And it's George missing. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Keeps it alive. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane, they're hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
Cousins finds Beverly. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's George, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
And with Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring, you get good playmaking and rebounding, you get a defender with active hands. There's a lot of things about Paul George that can elevate everything you do to have great team success.
Cantor's shot is off. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Los Angeles. Shoots the 3. George, no good. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Simons, the pass to Jones. And there's the feed to Cantor. Rondo with the rebound. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Kennard, the pass to Mann. The rebound by Giles. The Trailblazers have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And here's Anthony from the arc. He doesn't hit that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Mann. It's good. This game is all even.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Cantor, the pass to Giles. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Right side, Rondo. Here's Morris. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
It off in time, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
3 tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at point. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Lillard against Beverly. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And sometimes as a point guard, you got to take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
Here's George. Cousins trying to free himself up. George with the bucket. George has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Now take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And the first one drops. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 1. Outside Leonard from deep. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Pass to Canner. And Canner throws it down.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Jackson against Lillard. Here's Leonard. Cousins trying to free himself up. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Leonard.
Oh, you see the touch inside from Leonard. Does a little bit of everything for this basketball team.
Lillard way outside. A three-pointer, no good. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Now that's 2 teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Lillard dishes to McCollum. There's the pass to Covington. Kicks it out to McCollum. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Well, fearlessness by McCollum there, willing to take those big shots in the game's biggest moments.
Here's George, and there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Nurkic.
Paul George stepping up big time.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Lillard outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got 21 in the game.
That's a tip of the cap there, always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his second foul of the game. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Jackson. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Pantry checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Here's Leonard. Dishes it to Morris. And too long on the shot.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 7. 1:22 left in the game. And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And a lot of his points have come from beyond the arc. And that's been big because it's opened the floor for himself and his teammates. And without his work from downtown, their offense would have really struggled.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. One play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Kevin is trying to keep him focused.
Okay, David, thanks. From downtown, and he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
The 3 from McCollum. But they recover it. Covington kicks to McCollum. Lillard fires away from way outside. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Rondo finds George. Leonard inside, covered by Lillard. Leonard with the bucket.
Well, on nights where Kawhi Leonard piles up some points, he can make a big mark because of the offensive rebounding prowess.
And so it's Portland winning this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, We are...
Hey, Kevin.
Very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries, a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Marcus Morris, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Cousins in at the 5 spot. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of him.
Giannis passes to Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And it's the Clippers with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. 2 points, that one goes. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Here's Holiday. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot, and the shot goes in.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Outside Leonard fires the three. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Here's Middleton. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
You know, when you get Middleton space from there, I mean, he's going to let it go all the time.
Beverly looking around. Now the feed to George. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. DiVincenzo against George. Floats it up for Cousins.
And, you know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Holiday, the pass to Middleton. To the inside, Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing you he can find his teammates too.
Right side, George. Stolen by Middleton. Lopez against Cousins. Outside Holiday. Kicks it down to Middleton. From the arc. It's hauled in by George.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And there it is for him.
Boy, how about the deceptive strength of George, fending off the defense exceedingly well there and taking the ball strong to the rack.
Now here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Outside, George. And then George with the jam.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Now here's Giannis. Lopez outside. 5 on the clock. Middleton can't get it to go.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Takes it out to Leonard. 32 seconds left in the first. They now take the lead. Leonard's got 6.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 6.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Outside, George. The shot, no good. Tie game in Milwaukee. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the... And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Definitely the game has slowed down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
Portis is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Holiday, and it's Forbes in at the 2 spot. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. Just 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Hands checked in. And so it's Milwaukee now. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Portis drives in. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The pass to Jackson. Kennard with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Oturu, the pass to Kennard. A three-pointer off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson.
Timeout.
That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Here's Connaughton. Oturu with the rebound. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Man passes to Oturu. And he makes that one.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Milwaukee in the lead. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Teague against Jackson. Here's Portis. Milwaukee, no good that time either. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Kennard. To the paint. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Portis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Jackson passes to Oturu. Takes the 13-footer. Jackson misses. The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Outside Teague. Passes to Portis. Releases. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Portis has got 4 points this quarter.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Pass to Oturu. Stolen by Tucker. Down low. Here's Portis. And the layup's good off the glass. And now a 4-point Milwaukee lead. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Bucks?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Kennard's shot is off. Milwaukee leading by 4. Here's Connaughton. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Oturu, guarded by Tucker. Just 5 to shoot. That's a 2 from Kennard. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Putting up a goose egg, bagel this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Tucker finds Portis. Back to Tucker. To the wing on the left. Portis in the post. Second shot opportunity. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And he makes the first. And he makes both free throws. And it's the Clippers with the ball. And stolen by DiVincenzo. And so it's Milwaukee in the draw. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams on level. And that'll do it.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Bobby Portis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Cousins in at the center. Here's George. A rebound by the Bucks.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And here's Holiday. Lopez outside. It's stolen by Morris.
And he was camped in just the right spot to swipe that pass away down low.
Leonard, no luck. Bucks leading by 8. And there's the pass to Lopez. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Holiday finds Middleton. Lopez tips it back in. Lopez has got the lead up to 10 now for Milwaukee.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
That one falls. Leonard's got 8 points.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Giannis dishes to Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo. And it's Middleton penetrating. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Middleton. Lopez has got the lead back up to 10 now for the Bucks. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
From deep, George. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. DiVincenzo kicks to Middleton. Lopez left side. Pass to Middleton. Up and in on the layup. And it's a 12-point Milwaukee lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
DiVincenzo against George. Banked in off the glass. He's got 6.
Taking advantage of that length inside. George has the size and touch to score with ease from there.
Holiday surveying the floor. The 9-foot shot. Offensive rebound. Clippers trail by 10. Here's Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Morris has got his first points of the night.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Here's Leonard, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen. Can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Now T. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 59 seconds left to play here in the third. Rondo with some nice D.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert.
Oh, that was terrific!
My goodness!
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Teague against Rondo. Here's Connaughton out to the right wing. Here's Portis. The shot's good. Portis has got 10 points in the game.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Rondo with it. Passes it to Kennard. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
And we've reached the end of the third. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Bucks, Chris Middleton is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Bobby Portis, and it's Forbes in at the point. Bucks leading by 5. Count the basket. Connaughton's got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, Tucker ever unselfish in how he goes about his game. Nice job finding his teammate there.
Rondo passes to Leonard. Pass to man. Here's Oturu, defended by Portis. Kicks it down to Middleton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Back to Connaughton. Up top, Portis. Does not get it. Third miss. He's made 4 from the field. And now the Clippers on the break. That one's not going to go. And Milwaukee will come the other way. They've held a 12-point lead early. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. He dishes it to Middleton. Kicks it to Tucker. Just his first attempt. And that one hits back iron.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you can see the frustration on his face. I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Here is Forbes. He's covered by Rondo. The shot's good from Forbes.
And, you know, in that mid-range area, that in-between area, Forbes is a hard cover because when he gets a little room, he's really deadly.
Here's Leonard. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
And Forbes kicks to Connaughton. Portis with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Leonard, the pass to man. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Now here's Middleton. And he banks in the layup. And the Bucks lead by 4.
You can really see Middleton now starting to emerge as a leader for this team. Whenever they're looking for an important basket, he provides it.
He kicks to Tucker. The pass to Portis. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Beverly against Holiday. To the paint. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Holiday.
Lopez not to be denied. Nice strong finish there.
We've got 1:13 left in the 4th quarter of this one. George passes to Beverly. Cousins with it. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. And so they choose to intentionally foul. There's 53 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Holiday with it. Guarded now by Morris. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 11-point game. Here's George. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Good on the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed it.
It's thrown by Antetokounmpo, and Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And the first one at the line is good. And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 12. 11 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And really only one choice here, guys, and that's the foul. Not enough time left to allow the offense to kill the clock.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Drew Holiday.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had it open, he's taken it.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play. And this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. Outside Holiday, missed.
The nastiness, the edge, the nasty.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There below is Barkley. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. And for Brooklyn, Harden out there with Irving. And it's Durant. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harris in at the three.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now, here is George. The rebound by Harden.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
And George, here we go. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the night.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
Harden with it. Jackson on him, and the basket is good.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
George with the ball. He's got 5. And George with the stuff.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well-versed in finishing above the rim.
Now, here is Irving. It's a three-point game. Pass to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Here's Jackson. Zubac trying to break loose.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
Harden against Jackson. Here's Jordan. 6 on the shot clock. Irving for three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And it's a tie ball game. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you got to like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are three guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Batum finds Kennard. Now here's Cousins. Over Green. And the rebound goes to Griffin.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
And so Cousins will bring it up for the Clippers. Rondo dishes to Cousins. Nice D from Griffin. It's tipped. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Trying to find Irving. He's got it now. Brown the pass to Green. He feeds it to Griffin. And it's blocked. And he gets it back. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Irving against Beverly. The kick out to Brown. It's Durant on the wing. From past the arc. And it's Brown missing. The Clippers in the lead. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Kennard. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Outside for Batum. Cousins on the follow.
I mean, there's no question about it. When DeMarcus attacks the offensive boards, he gives the team a different attitude.
Right side Irving. Brown wide open. He fires. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Clippers ahead. Up 4. And we'll be back with you right after. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant on out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Griffin, and it's Claxton in at the 4 spot. Brooklyn trailing.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully he can stay healthy this go around.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Here's Irving. That's tipped. A second chance effort and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the... And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Man passes to Kennard. Goes up again. Brooklyn with the rebound. The pass to Irving. Action coming off the assist from Katie. Irving's got the lead up to 2 now for Brooklyn. The Clippers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Beverly against Irving. Passes it to Man. Kennard with the ball. To the middle. Here's Batum. Got a hand on it. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And James Harden is subbed in for Brown.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Green, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Reggie Jackson. Inside, here's Jordan, and the rejection by Zubac. Rondo finds Leonard. This one for 3. The Clippers rebound. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. The Nets have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. And Harden launches it from deep. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. 1:49 left in the first half. Whoa, hammering it in.
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
Outside Irving. On the wing, Harden. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Rajon Rondo.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender. Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Rondo against Harden. To the inside, Jordan. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Jordan's got his first points of the game.
Every year, DeAndre gets a little more comfortable scoring the basketball. That play being a prime example.
Rondo against Harden. Rondo kicks to Zubac. Leonard the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts. And the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Harden against Rondo. Shoots from the elbow. Offensive rebound.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The Clippers shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. Nets trail by 4. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by George. Rondo finds Leonard. And the shot is good. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 block. And a little redemption for him tonight. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2 spot. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Outside for Jackson. Leonard inside. Harris is there. Leonard, no luck. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. Trailing by 2. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Good. Zubac has got his second basket.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammate. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Back to Jordan. Shoots over Zubac. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Nets trail by 6. Now here's Jordan. Pass to Durant. Back to Harden. Just 4 to shoot. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. George dishes to Jackson. Outside for George. Morris finds Leonard. No good that time. Great D that time from Jordan. There's the lob to Harden.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Jackson looking it over. And the wide open shot from Morris. Second chance shot. And Zubac puts it in. Zubac has got 6.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And the Nets making a change here. Claxton's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Batum comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Luke Kennard in for George. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
And Batum kicks to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Talent, luck, a little bit of both. Kawhi right there with the sick bailout.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. And here's Jackson. Outside Leonard, fires from deep. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound. Nets trail by 4. And finished off by KD.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why I think he creates so many opportunities for others.
Here's Leonard. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Irving with a clean look. And the 3 off target.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. We'll love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Jackson passes to Batum. Back to Jackson. Stolen by Harden. Launches a 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Clippers lead by 4. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Green is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Brown. And it's Griffin in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Left side, Batum. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. Durant with some nice D. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Nets trail by 4. Harden surveying the D. Takes the 3. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Rondo passes to Zubac. And the foul on Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. On the wing, Batum. Headed by Green. Griffin with the steal.
Right idea, wrong execution. They were looking to get a high percentage shot inside, but the pass was too late.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. It's the Nets now. And so Green will bring it up for Brooklyn. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Here's Griffin. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Griffin's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Rondo passes to Zubac. The shot will not fall. Griffin with some nice D. Pushing it up. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Jordan, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. And the Clippers making a change here as well. George is checked in, and the Clippers call time here.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
So for the Nets, Blake Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. And Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Harden, no good. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. And stolen by Jordan.
I don't get it. He was so efficient in the first half, 0 turnovers. But since the break, he's been a disaster.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
But the truth is, those type of plays are going to happen. You just have to regroup mentally and get back to work.
Stolen by Harden. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Jordan. Jordan's got his 3rd assist on the night. Clippers trail by 4. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. And here's Morris for 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
When you think of low post scorers, you got to put Griffin down there. Yes, he likes to face up, but with his back to the basket, he's pretty good as well as drawing fouls.
He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. Leonard looking around. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level.
Harris is checked in for the Nets. The Clippers also changing it up. Ivica Zubac has checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Outside Irving. Harden against Jackson. Tips it up. Harris dishes to Jordan. Out to Harris. 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Jackson. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
That's what Jackson's doing right now. Supreme confidence in the clutch.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
1:03 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Harden. Money!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
George with no one around. Count it!
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Here's KD. There's the 3. The rebound by Paul George. Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris with the ball.
Important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control. Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Absolutely. They're within striking distance, but they have to make pretty much every shot.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. Yes! And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
And George kicks to Jackson. Outside for George. They could win it. Oh, it's no good. And we're headed to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. He'll be the Nets off the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Morris. Rajon Rondo is out there with Paul George. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubats in its center. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Tries again. Nice move. Takes a 3. Connects from 3-point range. And the Clippers lead by 1.
A fantastic competitor. The bigger the moment, the more Kennard wants the ball.
Pass to Harden. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Rajon Rondo.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard.
He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
Outside, George. Zubats. The shot's good on the assist by George. Zubats has got it all tied up now for the Clippers. To the middle. Irving against George. The kick out to Irving. Good work there as it goes.
Calm in the heat of the storm. Kyrie with a big bucket.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. Well, overtime basketball, a minute and a half played so far. They get it back. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. The feed to Harden. Left side, Jordan. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Rajon Rondo.
DeAndre is very skilled at going up into contact. Tough for the defense to be able to stop him without fouling.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Green.
Nice job extending the lead and making this a 2-possession game now.
Around 2 minutes into overtime now. It's been a good one. In the corner, George with it. That 3 off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
When DeAndre gets the rock close to the rim, the defense pretty much has no choice but to foul him. Just a big, long, and athletic center.
And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. On the wing, Irving. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Irving's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Here's Leonard. Count it!
common occurrence for Leonard. Once he makes his way to the rim, Kawhi levels up.
Leonard against KD. And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good on the three. And now the Clippers on the break. From deep, George. He can't hit that time. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The lights of downtown reflect. And with
well, guys,
he's certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. And the Clippers starting five. Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Kennard in at the three, the small forward. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Powell in at the three spot. Now, here is George. Inside. 6 to shoot. Cousins finds Kennard. That one wide left.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. And so Cousins will bring it up for Los Angeles.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Lillard left side. Cousins against Nurkic. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Here's Beverley. Morris passes to Beverley. Kennard with the ball. And here's George for three. Doesn't get it to drop for him. For Portland, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Lillard from outside sinks the three-pointer.
You got to get out on Lillard. I mean, his long-distance shot, you know, is cash.
George passes to Cousins. Beverley deciding where to go with it. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Now, here's Covington. Pass to McCollum. It's Covington on the wing. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Covington finds Nurkic. That one goes in.
What confidence from the rangy swing man. I mean, he knows what it takes to convert from there.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, and Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Cantor checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. Kennard against Powell. Kennard's shot is off. Portland leading. Lillard from outside. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much-needed asset.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. That'll put Rajon Rondo on the line. That's on Enes Kanter. The Clippers shooting their first foul shot of the night.
When having a floor general like Rondo on the court instantly elevates your offense. He does everything he can to bring out the best in his team.
Beyond the arc. And it's Simons missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Jackson banked in off the glass.
Well, when Batum spots a wide open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
1:12 left here in the opening quarter. Jones, the pass to Simons. Feeds it to Kanter. And he lays it straight in.
Well, it's important for Kanter to be effective in the pick and roll. I mean, it makes their offense much more complete.
Rondo dishes to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Yep, that one goes.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Jackson in the corner. Portland grabs the miss. It's tipped. Jones with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Here's Simons. And that comes off the assist by Jones. The Clippers trail. Outside Rondo. Here's Leonard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Talk about an advanced distributor. I mean, there's passes that point guards can make, and there's passes that Rajon Rondo can make.
Here's Simons. It's all tied in Portland. And the second quarter will be on the way when... And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
Well, looking at this quarter, they should be. Another quarter like this, and they'll be riding high at halftime.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson, and it's man in at the 2-guard position. And Lillard throws it down.
The D has got to do a better job clogging up routes to the rim. Lillard is a terror when it comes to driving inside.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. A 3 from Leonard. Good on the 3-point shot. Leonard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Lillard's not going to let you get away with that. He wants those 3 points back, and he gets them quick.
He lobs it up. The alley-oop layup, very well done.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Now, here's Lillard. 8 points for him. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
To the paint, here's Mann. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Mann's got his second bucket. Here's Lillard. The tray. Offensive rebound, and Cantor able to finish.
Now, that's a staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
To the right side. Here's Mann, covered by Lillard. Back to Jackson. Zubac against Cantor. Zubac, the best of Mann, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Down low, here's Anthony. Here's Cantor. Out to Anthony. Another shot, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Anthony's got his first basket.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. He looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Inside, and finished off by Nurkic.
And all Nurkic needs is good position. Once he has this, dunking is easy.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Out to Morris. Fires from the wing. Cousins, the putback is no good. For Portland, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter.
They've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
And so Cousins will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 4. In the corner, George with it. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And, guys, George puts pressure on an opponent at both ends of the court. Lockdown D at one, aggressive to get his own at the other.
Now here's Powell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Again, McCollum missing. Clippers trail by 3. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Here's Simons. And stolen by Cousins. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Kennard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Amazing floor awareness from Cousins. Skilled at spotting the open man.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Off target with his 3.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious. Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. They need this. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And George gets it to go. Now it's a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
And hustle paid off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Tipped away. Paul George, he's been the guy. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves in. Thanks for joining.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Los Angeles leading by 3. To the inside, Beverly. Pass to Cousins. Outside for George. You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach. A defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Hard to believe Lillard missed out on a couple of All-Star selections. I mean, in seasons where he averaged over 25 points a game. Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
And that one's good, George.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Lillard attacking. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Just out for a three-point play. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. Jones checked in for McCollum. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Mann's checked in. Now Kennard, and the wide open shot from Morris, and Jones pulls it down. Fast break, here come the Trailblazers. Lillard with the ball. Powell trying to free himself up. Great positioning on the putback. Covington's got the game tied up here for Portland.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well, they're getting some good shots. But that makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Now here's Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Passes it to Cousins. And it goes down 2 points. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Lillard misses.
It's only a matter of time until his three-point shot comes back to him. I mean, he knocked down 2 threes before halftime. Nothing so far here in the second.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. A three-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 10 points in the quarter. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now the pass to Nurkic. Lillard against Beverly. A floater. And that one's good. Lillard's got 12 points here in the second half.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Morris outside. Kennard with the ball. To the middle. Here's Cousins. Nails the baby hook. Cousins has got his second basket of the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 20. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but you would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Now here's Batum. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Here's Simons to the paint, and finished off by Nurkic. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Now here's Rondo. Defense is right there. It's good. Rondo's got 5 now.
Well, for a point guard, despite shaky range, Rondo has a pretty good field goal percentage for his career. A lot of that is shot selection.
Stolen by Jackson. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Cullen passes to Nurkic, and the layup is good. Nurkic has got 6 in the quarter.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, Cullen will find you.
Rondo kicks to Leonard. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
It's just been one of those nights from he got into the floor of the game and has not lost his touch.
And it's McCollum off the drive. And again, it's Portland converting.
McCullough is fantastic at running the screen and roll. He knows how to use the pick to get space to shoot.
And that one released in time, but no good. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, the 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Rajon Rondo is out there with Jackson, and it's Batum in at the center filling out the middle. And so here's Portland. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And George gets it to go. George has got 19 points.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just trying to keep the momentum now, and that's easier said than done.
Here's Simons. He feeds it to Cantor. Over Batum. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Cantor.
Yeah, plenty of power behind Cantor's inside moves. Helps him overcome whatever D he encounters.
Los Angeles calls timeout. A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Norman Powell comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And then for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Batum. Morris comes in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Rajon Rondo. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Teron Lewis, he talked with the team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Cullen passes to Covington. 5 to shoot. Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
We're seeing the very best of Lillard tonight. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife of an offensive player. I mean, he's got a tool for every job.
Now, here's Beverly. Kicks it out to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And George, here we go. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 10 points in just the second half.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
And Lillard throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Trail Blazers on D. It's a 1-point game. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possession. I mean, turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
The Trailblazers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. That's a 2 from Lillard, and that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And Los Angeles guys shooting just phenomenal. Oh, what a beautiful point.
Intensity, did you see that? Great.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Now, here's Lillard, and that one, good. Lillard's got 6 here in this quarter.
Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Cantor. And it's Carmelo Anthony in for Robert Covington. And then for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Kennard in for Kawhi Leonard. Just 4 to shoot. He gets it in there. George has got 27.
A guy with George's focus can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
To the middle, here's Lillard, and he makes good on the layup.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again. Clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
George, double team. Lays it up and banks it in. He has 29.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
Now, here's Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Count it!
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Here's Beverly, following the score by Damian Lillard.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
And nice work at the line. I mean, when the game's this close, you have got to cash in on those opportunities.
Here's Lillard, and the rejection by Cousins. An open look for Lillard, off the left rim and out.
He's as surprised as anyone with that piece. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count him.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, he'll head to the line for 2. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Comes through big. Now they can put everything they have into guard against the three.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. It's McCollum on the wing. Offensive rebound.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there. Staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chance.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game. Now a timeout called by Portland. They trail by 3. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.